in your classroom. I'll explain that concept now. So that is in projectile motion, one concept is there. What is that means? For example, if you project the body by making some angle theta with the horizontal, it travels its path into parabola. Clear? Its path is parabola. It travels in a parabolic path. Okay. So it travels in a parabolic path. Okay, travels in a parabolic path. For example, we discussed that at the highest point, final vertical velocity is zero. Vertical velocity is zero, but horizontal remains constant. Horizontal velocity remains constant. Now remember, at the highest point, the horizontal velocity will be in this direction. That horizontal velocity is taken as u cos theta. That is equal to how much more? Constant. So horizontal velocity is what more? Constant. So that horizontal velocity is taken as u cos theta or else ux, which is taken as constant. Okay, which is taken as constant. Okay. Now, at the highest point, what is the vertical velocity? Means vertical velocity is zero. Then at the highest point, acceleration due to gravity is in downward direction. Clear? Acceleration due to gravity is in downward direction. Therefore, at the highest point of the projectile motion, okay, at the highest point of the projectile motion, velocity is perpendicular to the acceleration. Now, velocity is perpendicular to the acceleration. Clear? So acceleration due to gravity A is equal to G is in downward direction always. Now, I will take a point here. I will take a point here. At this point, the velocity direction will be in this direction. I will take that velocity as u. Now resolve into two components. Resolve into two components. So this is the horizontal velocity. I will take it as ux. This is the vertical velocity. I will take it as uy. As we already discussed that horizontal velocity is always constant, that is taken as u cos theta. So horizontal velocity is always constant, which is taken as u cos theta. Vertical velocity at that point ui, vertical velocity at that point ui, I will take like this u sin theta, u sin theta. Are you clear? U sin theta. Now remember, u sin theta is in upward direction. U sin theta is in upward direction. Now I'll take gt, acceleration due to gravity is in downward direction. Acceleration due to gravity is in downward direction. No, acceleration is nothing but rate of change of velocity. So velocity by time. My acceleration is taken as what? Velocity by time. So if I take acceleration as velocity by time, then velocity is equal to acceleration into time. Now here the acceleration A is taken as g. Why? Because means acceleration due to gravity is in downward direction. Therefore, V can be taken as gt. Therefore, vertical component of velocity constrains two components at any point except here. Are you clear? Except here. Now, who is that Virat Kohli? Who is that Virat Kohli? Virat Kohli, please change your name. Virat Kohli, any Dhoni, all these things are there. Virat Kohli, please, Virat Kohli, change your name. Okay, at least if you keep Virat Kohli, I will be very happy. You kept Virat Kohli. I'll feel very happy like Virat Kohli is listening my class like that. You kept like Virat Kohli. Who is that? Please change your name. Change your name, or else I will remove from the group. So please, Virat Kohli, change your name. Yeah, who is that Virat Kohli? Yeah, fine. Now listen, acceleration due to gravity is in downward direction, therefore V is equal to gt. Therefore V is equal to gt. Uh, Hence, I will take a vertical component of velocity like this. Uy is equal to u sine theta minus gt. Why? Because means gt is in downward direction. Okay, gt is in downward direction. Therefore, I will take u sine theta minus gt. That is uy. Are you clear? U sine theta minus gt. That is uy. Okay. Now listen, if I take this angle as theta, if I take that angle as theta, then tan theta angle at that direction is taken as uy by ux. No, uy by ux. And similarly, let us consider the body touches here. From this point, if you draw the tangent will be in this direction. I will take that velocity as, for example, u. Now here also you can resolve into two components, so ux, and it is taken as, for example, uy. Okay, if you consider this angle as theta, again here also tan theta is equal to vertical component of velocity by horizontal component of velocity. Now remember, to find out the velocity, but to find out the angle, you have to take the vertical component of velocity by horizontal component of velocity. And velocity along the y-axis will changes, keep on changing, that is u sin theta minus gt. Okay, u sin theta minus gt. Yeah, fine. Now, I mean, Monday you have classes, right? For the Monday class, you just bring the impressive books, impressive book. A small concept is there, especially PCMC students, please bring the impressive books. There, I skipped one small point over there. Now I will explain here. If you can do now itself, no problem. Or else Monday you bring the books. I will explain that point one more time. One more time. Okay, I skipped a small point. I will explain that small point one more time, especially PCMC students. I didn't explain this problem to PCMB students. Okay, and one more thing, uh, all your problems, most of the problems, maximum problems, I will record the class and I will upload in your groups. I mean, this Vidatri app, so that you can follow the problems over there. So at any time if you get problem, I mean doubt on any problem, you can verify over there. Okay, you can verify over there. Fine. Yeah. Okay, ma. I'll keep the problems, all the problems in your recording, like recording video in your Vidatri app. You can follow that. Okay, ma. Fine. Is it fine? Please reply. Shall I upload? Yeah, reply ma, anyone? Yeah, fine. Now listen, I'm going to explain about the next concept. I'm going to explain about the next concept, that is riverboat problems. That riverboat problems is there in your book. Okay, that riverboat problems is there in your book. So I will explain that concept and today we'll discuss the problems from exercise number 1. Okay, so that is riverboat problems. Riverboat problems. Okay. The next concept I'm going to teach you is riverboat problems. Now listen, for example, I'll take a river is flowing in this direction. So this is the direction of flow of river. I'll take, this is not a page number, this is a concept. This is a concept. Based on this concept, we'll do the problems now, okay, from exercise number 1. Okay, this is a concept. You can copy this concept either in your objective book. For objective, for problems you kept separate notes, right? You can write in that book, or else you can write in the motion in 2 dimension also, no problem. Anywhere you can write, no problem. That is your wish. Okay, for example, I will take the velocity of river as, for example, vr. Now I'll take velocity of river as vr, and let us say a person or a boat is moving in the same direction. For example, boat is also moving in the same direction. Now velocity of the boat, I will take it as vb. Now remember, if river as well as boat are moving in the same direction, that is called as downstream. That is called as downstream. No, that is called as downstream. Okay, in case of downstream, what is the resultant velocity? Means that resultant velocity is taken as vr plus vb. Now in case of downstream, velocity, the total velocity is taken as velocity of the river plus velocity of the boat. Are you clear? Velocity of the river plus velocity of the boat. Okay, for example, let vr be the, now let vr be the velocity of river. Let vr be the velocity of the river and vb be the velocity of the boat. No, velocity of the boat. Okay, velocity of the boat. Now write down one point. Ma. If boat is moving in the direction of moving in the direction of river flow, in the direction of river flow, my boat is moving in the direction of river flow, that is called as downstream. That is called as what? Downstream. Okay, that is called as downstream. In downstream, the river is moving in the same direction, that is VR. Boat is also moving in the same direction. For example, I'll take it as VB. Now boat and river both are in same direction. Then in such case, you can take velocity, resultant velocity is equal to VR plus VB. Now resultant velocity we can take it as VR plus VB. Okay, so resultant velocity is VR plus VB. Why? Because both are in same direction. Are you clear? Why? Because both are in same direction. So that resultant velocity I will take it as capital V. Are you clear? That resultant velocity I will take it as, for example, capital V. Okay. Now, based on that, you can find out the distance traveled. Based on that, you can find out the distance traveled. So the distance traveled x is equal to velocity into time. Now, that velocity can be taken as VR plus VB into time. Okay. Understood this point, ma? For example, let us consider this is the flow of river. Clear? Let us consider this is the flow of river. I'll take it as VR. Now I'll take this as boat, ma. I'll take boat velocity as, for example, VB, which is moving in opposite direction. Now remember, if the boat is moving opposite to the flow of water or river, that is called as upstream. Clear? That is called as what? Upstream. Are you clear? Now, if the boat, clear, if the boat is moving, if the boat is moving in the direction, in the opposite direction, in the opposite direction to the river flow, clear, to the river flow, clear. So that is called as downstream. Clear? Sorry, upstream. That is called as upstream. Now remember, for upstream, the resultant velocity V is equal to river velocity minus boat velocity. Clear? Velocity of river minus velocity of boat. Okay. Understood this concept, ma? Okay, ma. Now listen. The next concept is, okay, upstream downstream finding out the velocities is not big task, it is simple only. It is okay. Now for example, if a person is crossing the river perpendicularly, clear, so that's what we observed in these areas. Okay, for example, if you see Agnasni to that Gokarna, some Torque is there. So there we have one boat. In Hegde also we have one boat. That boat will move perpendicular to the flow of river. Clear? That boat will move perpendicular to the flow of river. So if boat will move perpendicular to the flow of river, how the concept will be? Now we are going to discuss. Okay, you just imagine, maybe most of you traveled through that boats. Okay, most of you travel through that boats. In Aganasni also we have one boat, and in Hegde also we have some boats like that. So if you observe that, for example, this is one end, this is one end. Okay, this is one end and this is one end. Let us say some Agnasni as well as some other end, for example. So I'll take both the ends like this. I'll take both the ends like this. Now river is flowing in this direction. So river is flowing in this direction. River is flowing in this direction. Now this is the first point A. I'll take this as destination B. I'll take this as destination B. Now remember, river is flowing perpendicular to the direction of boat. For example, the distance from A to B, clear, the distance from A to B, I will take it as, for example, D. Now the distance from A to B, I will take it as, for example, D. Now, boat has to move from A to B perpendicular to the river. Perpendicular to the river. Okay, boat has to move perpendicular to the river. Now, for example, I'll take the velocity of the river as, I'll take the velocity of river as, for example, velocity of river is VR. Clear? Velocity of river is how much? VR. Okay, I hope you understood this point. Okay, I hope you understood this point. Understood, ma? Now listen. For example, if river is flowing like this, if river is flowing like this, if you move in straight direction, if you move in straight direction, because of the river velocity, boat will travel in another path and it will reach us to here. It will reach us to here. Are you clear? So because of the river flow, the boat will travel in this direction. The boat will travel in this direction. Are you clear? Understood. Remember, because of the river flow, even though you want to move in a straight line path, because of the river flow, boat will travel in this direction. Now remember, because of the river flow in this direction, boat will travel in this direction. Now I will take this point as C. Therefore, it went to the wrong destination. It went to the wrong destination. Now to reach to the destination, in which direction he has to move, left side or right side? In order to move to the perfect destination, it has to move towards the left side or right side? Yeah, it has to move towards it has to move towards left. If it is moving towards left, because of this river flow, it reaches to the point B. Okay, now remember, for example, if he wants to reach the other end, in shortest possible time. Okay, so if he wants to reach the other end in the shortest possible time, he has to move straight. He has to move straight. Are you clear? Understood, ma? If he wants to move in a shortest time, he has to move in this direction. Clear? He has to move in this direction. So in that, the first concept I'm going to discuss is, in the shortest time. In the shortest time. Okay, shortest time to reach to the other end. So in order to move shortest time to the other end, he has to move in this direction. But actually, because of presence of river, in which direction the boat will move? Means boat will move in the direction of BC. Boat will move in the direction of what? BC. Now this is the velocity of the boat. Why? Because of presence of river, the boat will travel in this direction. Are you clear? Understood, because of the river flow, boat will travel in this direction. Understood this point? Now I will take this angle as theta. Now remember, from the initial position, how much angle it will deviate? It will deviate through an angle of theta. Are you clear? Now actually, if you want to move in a shortest time, always you have to move in this direction. Now this velocity I will take it as velocity of boat with respect to river, but actually velocity of the boat will be in this direction. Understood this point, ma? Are you clear? Yes. Then velocity of the boat, I will take it as velocity of the boat. This is velocity of river. This is called as velocity of river with respect to the ground. Okay, this is velocity of the boat with respect to the ground. So velocity of boat with respect to ground, this is velocity of river with respect to ground. This is the velocity of boat with respect to the river, VBR. Okay, now remember, I will take the velocity of boat. Clear? I will take velocity of boat. Now could you tell me what is the velocity of boat with respect to the ground? VB is equal to? Now could you tell me what is the velocity of boat with respect to the ground? VB is equal to, that is square root of VBR square plus VR square. Now this is the expression for what? Velocity of boat. Okay, the next point is, a time taken to reach from one end to another end in a shortest time. Are you clear? So the next point I'm going to discuss is the shortest time required is, or the time required is, t is equal to distance by, you have to take this direction velocity. Why? Because means in order to move in a shortest time, you have to move in this path. Clear? In order to move in a shortest time, you have to move in this path. Therefore, distance by VBR. Distance by VBR. Now in the problems, if they given velocity of the boat with respect to the ground, you can calculate the velocity of boat with respect to the river. That value you have to substitute here. Are you clear? So this is the time taken to cross the river. This is the time taken to cross the river. But remember, in this situation, boat doesn't reach us to the perfect destination, but it reaches to another point. What must see? Therefore, how much distance you are deviated from the original direction? That I will take it as, for example, x. How much direction you are deviated, or how much distance you are deviated from your original direction, I will take it as what? X. Are you clear? That I will take it as what? X. Now remember, that is taken as drift. Clear? That is called as what? Drift. So how much distance you moved from the destination, that is taken as drift. The drift is taken as BC, which is taken as, drift is nothing but BC. That BC is nothing but distance X. Distance can be taken as what? Velocity into time. Velocity into time. Now this drift is because of the river only, therefore velocity of river into time. Now therefore drift x is equal to velocity of river into time value is d by velocity br. Are you clear? So this is the expression for drift. Now this is the expression for what? Drift. Are you clear? Now how much angle it will deviate means, how much angle it will deviate means I will take the direction. I will take the direction. So how much angle it will deviate in terms of velocity means I will take in terms of velocity. If I take a direction in terms of velocity, then tan theta is equal to opposite by adjacent. So opposite side is VR by adjacent is VBR. So velocity of boat with respect to the river. That implies theta is equal to tan inverse of velocity of the river by velocity of the river or boat with respect to the river. No, velocity of boat with respect to river. Now this is the concept. This is the concept whenever the boat crosses in shortest time. Clear? Whenever the boat crosses in shortest time. Okay. Now shall I move to the next concept? Shall I erase this? Yeah, fine. Shall I erase this? Yeah, fine. So next I'm going to discuss about the shortest distance. Next I'm going to discuss about the shortest distance. As you already know, remember, in order to move to the destination B, in order to move to the destination B, in which direction we have to move means, you have to move towards left side. Now, you just observe, from the Aganashni river or some from Hegde river, if you are going to cross, on the boat won't move straight. If you observe, boat won't move straight. Okay, they will move in one particular direction, and then finally it reaches to the destination point. Are you clear? Therefore, in order to reach to the shortest distance, we have to do some extra work against to the direction of flow of river. So we have to move in this direction, which means that we are moving against to the flow of river direction, against to the flow of what? River direction. So river is moving in this direction. River is moving in this direction. I will take velocity of river as VR. Now we have to move. Against to the flow of river. Therefore, I will take this as velocity of the boat against to the flow of river. Right? Therefore, that is taken as velocity of boat with respect to the river. Velocity of the boat with respect to the river. And we have to go in this angle. We have to move in this angle. I will take this angle as, for example, theta. I will take this angle as, for example, theta. So if you move in this direction, then you will reach to your destination spot, that is B. Are you clear? Now remember, in order to move to your destination spot in a shortest distance, That shortest distance means nothing but DAB only. So AB is the shortest distance. I will take it as D. So in order to move to the shortest distance AB, you have to move in this direction against to the flow of river. Remember, if river is flowing like this, if river is flowing like this, then you have to move in this direction. If river is flowing like this, you have to move opposite to it. Are you clear? So in order to move in a shortest distance, so see, even the people who are riding the boat, they will know, or I mean, unknowingly or knowingly, they are using the physics principles. Clear? Unknowingly or knowingly, they are using the physics principles. So if you didn't use the physics principles like this, then he will reach us to some other destination. Are you clear? So unknowingly or knowingly, he knows the how to ride. Clear? So he knows how to ride. So wait, someone is joining. Yeah. So unknowingly or knowingly, he will move in this direction. Are you clear? So even he knows the. He don't know how to use the physics principles. Now we know how we to use the physics principle to move from one destination to another destination. Okay. Someone is speaking. Yeah, fine. Okay. Therefore, this time, whenever you are traveling through that boat, you are a physics student. So, as a physics student or as a science student, you will know. So, oh yeah, why he is moving in this direction because of this concept. Okay, no line. For example, in this case, I will take the resultant velocity as, for example, or else velocity of the boat with respect to ground in this direction. So what is the velocity of the boat with respect to the ground means, remember, velocity of the boat with respect to ground VB is equal to, we can write like this, or else we can write like this. So velocity of the boat is equal to, now velocity of the boat is equal to, I will apply the Pythagoras theorem, that is VBR square is equal to VR square minus VR square plus VB square. Or else VB square is equal to VBR square minus VR square, or else VB is equal to square root of VBR square minus VR square. This is the velocity of boat with respect to the ground. Now velocity of the boat with respect to the ground. Okay, velocity of the boat with respect to the ground. Okay, now remember, in this case, what is the time taken means, remember the time taken means boat is traveling in this direction. Therefore, in this direction, what is the velocity means VBR. In this direction, what is the velocity means VBR. You have to take this one. Why? Because means this is the shortest distance and this is the velocity. That velocity is VB. Therefore, time taken. Therefore, time taken T is equal to, I will take this as distance, that is d by velocity, I will take it as VB. Or else you can take it as d is equal to, or T is equal to d by square root of VBR square minus VR square. This is the time taken. Okay, now remember, with how much angle, we have to move means, you can use the sine theta expression. What is the expression for sine theta means? Sine theta expression is velocity of the river by velocity of the boat with respect to the river. Okay, then direction theta is equal to sine inverse of velocity of the river by velocity of the boat with respect to the river. So this is the expression for what? Direction. This is the expression for what? Direction. If you understood this one, then we'll go for the problems from exercise number 1. Then we'll go for the problems from exercise number 1. So always you have to take velocity in this direction only, in the shortest path direction only. So in this shortest path direction, what is the velocity means? VB. In the previous concept, in the shortest path direction, what is the velocity means? VBR. Okay. Now if it is done, then I'll go for the problems. Yes, shall I go for the problems, ma? Shall I go for the problems? Yeah. Only one student is replying. What about the others? No one is there in the class. Okay, ma'am. Very good, Rakshit. Yeah. Then look at the exercise number 1, page number 157. Page number 157. Now, I'm not going to explain about the vectors problems from that lesson. Why? Because if you take problem number 1, the problem number 1 is based on the parallelogram law of vectors, which we already discussed. And motion in a plane, look at the next page. Look at the next page, page number 158. Page number 158. Page number 158, problem number 12. Now look at the problem number 12, page number 158. Page number 158, problem number 12. Page number 158, problem number 12. So problem number 12, page number 158. Problem number 12, page number 158. So what is the question means? A body starts with velocity v. No, a body starts with velocity v. So a body starts with velocity means initial velocity they given. So what is the initial velocity they given means 2i cap, not 2i cap plus 3j cap, okay, plus 3j cap plus 11k cap. Now what they're asking means, and moves with acceleration, and moves with acceleration is given. Now what is the acceleration? So acceleration is 5i cap plus 5j cap, okay, 5j cap minus 5k cap, okay, minus 5k cap. Now time is given. What is the time means? Time t is equal to 0.2 seconds. Okay, time t is equal to 0.2 seconds. Okay, and what they're asking means what is the velocity after 2 seconds, that is final velocity. Now which formula we have to use? Now which formula we have to use? Which formula we have to use? Yeah, very good. V is equal to u plus at. Are you clear which formula we have to use? V is equal to u plus at. So use the relation V is equal to u plus at. Now V is equal to u value 2i cap plus 3j cap plus 11k cap plus a value 5i cap plus 5j cap minus 5k cap into time is 0.2. So multiply 0.2, multiply 0.2. So 5 2s are 10. 0.2 into 5 means it is 1. Therefore, 2i cap plus 3j cap plus 11k cap plus, if you multiply 0.2 with 5, that is 1. Therefore, 1i cap plus 0.5 into 2, that is 1j cap. Okay. And finally, it is minus 1k cap. Now add it, then you have 3i cap plus 4j cap minus 10k cap. Now do the next problem. So in the same way, you can do next problem as homework. Can you solve, ma? Yeah. Do problem number 13 as homework. Do problem number 13 as homework. And no one is showing the homework now. Monday, you have to show the homework which I given today and yesterday. Yesterday and today I given some, I'll give some homework problems. You have to do that. Okay. Now, look at the problem number 14. Look at the problem number 14. Same page, problem number 14. Look at the problem number 14. So once read the question. Yeah. Anyone is doing. Yeah, fine. Listen, ma. Here, what they given in the question means a particle is moving towards eastwards. My particle is moving towards eastwards with velocity how much means 5 meter per second. Okay, with 5 meter per second. Next, it changes its direction towards north in 10 seconds. So it changes its direction towards north in 10 seconds. Or Euclid changes its direction towards north in 10 seconds. Okay, and moves with same magnitude. So moves with same magnitude, that is 5 meter per second. We already discussed such kind of concept. Clear, we already discussed such kind of concept. What is that means? What is that means? For example, if you take this as velocity v1, if you take this as velocity v2, even though magnitude of velocity is same, even though magnitude of velocity is same, still we have acceleration. Why? Because means there is change in the direction. Okay, now you can say acceleration as, okay, we can say acceleration as change in velocity by time. Change in velocity by time. Are you clear? Change in velocity by time. Now this is vector a bar, this is vector b bar. Now vector a bar and vector b bar, now these two vectors are perpendicular. Now what is the resultant velocity of these two means? Resultant velocity of those two is square root of, square root of, this is 5, this is also 5, therefore 5 square plus 5 square plus, okay, 90, cos 90 is 0. So 5 square plus 5 square is 25 plus 25, that can be taken as 50, that can be taken as 50 ma. So 50 can be taken as 25 into 2, okay, 25 into 2, that is taken as 5 root 2. So velocity of our resultant velocity is 5 root 2. My resultant velocity is how much more? 5 root 2. Okay, resultant velocity is how much? 5 root 2. Now we need to find out the acceleration. So acceleration is equal to, I'll take the resultant velocity as change in velocity. I will take the resultant velocity as change in velocity. That is 5 root 2, 5 root 2 divided by, okay, time is how much? 10 seconds. Therefore, cancel. This is root 2 by 5 ones are 5 twos are 2. That is taken as 1 by root 2. So acceleration is how much more? 1 by root 2 meter per second square. Clear? 1 by root 2 meter per second square. I hope you understood this point. Okay. So they given 4 options. They given 4 options. So look at the bookmark. First option is 1 by root 0. 0 is impossible. Second option is 1 by root 2 meter per second square towards northeast, not towards northeast. 1 by root 2 meter per second square towards southeast. So southeast is also wrong option. So 1 by root 2 towards northwest. Okay. So therefore, the answer must lies between either northeast or else northwest. Northeast or else northwest. Okay. Now, remember, they're asking about the average acceleration. So I will take the vector like this. I'll take this as horizon. If I take this as horizon, so first it is moving towards east, next it is moving towards west. Okay. Then resultant will be in this direction. Therefore, it is in the direction of northeast. It is in the direction of what? Northeast. Okay. So then look at the next problem. Next problem, you do it as homework. 15th one, you do it as homework. So in the book, option 4 is given. Option 4 is given. Once wait, once wait. Maybe the given option is wrong. Once I'll explain that, So meanwhile, do the problem number 18. Do the problem number 18. Do the problem number 18. Problem number 18. Do the problem number 18. So read the problem number 18. Read the problem number 18. Yeah, read the question, ma. A man can row a boat in still water. Okay, man can row in still water. Yeah. Water is flowing at a rate of 8 kilometer per hour. Sorry, water is flowing in river with a velocity of 4 kilometer per hour. What angle should he row so that he has to reach to the exactly opposite? Okay, do it, ma. Yeah, anyone did, ma? Yeah, fine. So look at the question. A man is rowing a boat in still water with velocity 8 kilometer per hour. Water is flowing in the river with a velocity 4 kilometer per hour. At what angle should he row so that it has to reach to the exactly opposite side? Clear? So that he has to reach to the exactly opposite side. Okay. Now listen. Just now we discussed, for example, in order to move to the exactly opposite side, he has to row in this direction. He has to row in this direction. Then this angle is taken as theta. Are you clear? Now remember, this is the velocity of the river, and this is the velocity of boat with respect to the river, and this is the velocity of the boat. Then we have the formula, that is sine theta is equal to velocity of the river by velocity of the boat with respect to the river. Then sine theta is equal to, they given velocity of river, right? So they given velocity of river. So water is flowing. Okay, so a man can row a boat in still water. Still water means they given velocity of the boat. Still water means they given velocity of boat. But we have to find out velocity of boat with respect to the river. Therefore, how to find out the velocity of boat with respect to the river means square root of, okay, VB square plus VR square. Now remember, what is the velocity of boat means velocity of boat is 8, right? Now velocity of boat is 8. So what is the velocity of boat means 8. So that is how much? Actually, they given some wrong options, I think so. 1 minute. Yeah, then velocity of boat with respect to river is how much, ma? Velocity of boat with respect to river. So velocity of boat with respect to river is, wait, they given velocity of river as how much? 4, right? Yeah. So velocity of the river as 4, therefore 4 square plus velocity of the boat, ma. So velocity of the boat. So velocity of the boat is how much? 8, that is 8 square. So 16 plus 8 square is 64. That is how much? Uh, 70, 80. Root 80. But the option is not like this, ma. If now maybe some mistake is there in this question. So at what angle should the boat should row so that it has to reach to the exactly opposite point? Okay, let us see. Let us see. So root 80 means how can we write root 80? Ma? 4 root 5. So you can write it as 4 root 5. 4 root 5, or else any other option like, okay, 4 root 5. Therefore velocity of the river is they given it value as 4. So 4 divided by 4 root 5, that is 1 by root 5, which is wrong option. Actually, you can take with respect to, we can take like this. So you just take like this. Uh, First one as a man can row in a still water, right? Actually, you can take that as velocity of boat with respect to river. So you just change, modify the question. You can take that as velocity of boat with respect to the river. Then sine theta is equal to VR by VBR. That is taken as 4 by 8. Okay, then cancel 4 ones are 4 twos are. Then sine theta is equal to 1 by 2. When you will get sine theta value as 1 by 2 means theta is equal to 30 degrees. Now theta is equal to 30 degrees. Now remember, 30 degrees with respect to this perpendicular, 30 degrees with respect to this perpendicular, then actually it is 90 degrees. Therefore 90 plus 30, that is equal to 120. Therefore theta is equal to 120 degrees with respect to the river, with respect to the river flow. With respect to the river flow, 30 degrees with respect to the perpendicular. Okay, 30 degrees with respect to the perpendicular. So in the question you just modify, so that velocity will be VBR only. Okay, in the question you just modify, it will be VBR only. Okay, now look at the problem number 19. Now look at the problem number 19. Now once problem number 14 I will explain you in your class, in offline class. It's not west we are getting. Okay, I'll explain the problem number 14 later. So look at the problem number 19. Look at the problem number 19. Look at the problem number 19. A person can swim in still water at 5 meter per second. He moves in a river with velocity of 3 meter per second. First downstream, down the stream, and next same distance up the stream. The ratio of the time taken is. Okay. Now listen. A person can swim still water. My person can swim still water. For example, I'll take this as river flow. River flow is VR. I'll take the velocity of the person as VP. For example, velocity of the river is how much more? Velocity of the river is, sorry, a person can swim in still water. Are you clear? And he moves in river with 3 meter per second. So first he moves upstream, then he moves downstream. So in the case of, sorry, first he moves down the stream and then he moves the up the stream. Now remember, in order to take the down the stream and up the stream, I'll take downstream time as t1. The downstream time as t1, that can be taken as distance d by velocity of the river plus velocity of the person. Now velocity of the river plus velocity of the person. This is for downstream. Now this is for downstream. So velocity of downstream is how much? VR plus VP. Okay. Now I'll take it as T2 as velocity of are time taken in upstream. In upstream you have to take a distance by, okay, in upstream person will move opposite to the velocity of flow of river, therefore you can take it as Vr minus Vp. It is in upstream. Clear? It is in upstream. Okay, now what they're asking means what is the ratio of the time period. So ratio of the time period means T1 is to T2, that is equal to d by velocity of the river plus velocity of the person is to d by velocity of the river minus velocity of the person. So d will cancel. So what is Vr plus Vp means 8. What is Vr minus Vp means 2. Are you clear, ma? So this is 1 by Vr plus Vp is how much, ma? 8. Clear? 8 is to Vr minus Vp is 1 by 2. Therefore cancel 2 ones are 2 fours are. Therefore its value is 1 by 4 is to 1, or this can also be taken as 4 is to 1, or that can also be taken as 4 is to 1. Okay, then look at the concept of oblique projectile motion, problem number 22. Now problem number 22, oblique projectile motion. Problem number 22, oblique projectile motion. Now problem number 22, look at the oblique projectile motion. Yeah, a particle is projected in xy plane with y-axis along vertical and point of projection is the horizon. The equation of the path is given as y is equal to root 3x minus g by 2 x square. Now root 3x minus what is that value, ma? G by 2 x square. Are you clear? Yeah, it look like which equation, ma? It look like which equation? Might look like which equation? Projectile motion equation, right? So what is the equation of trajectory? What is the equation of trajectory? Y x is equal to, or y is equal to x tan theta, no, x tan theta minus, okay, this value is how much, ma? Minus what is that value? G square, sorry, I think it is like x equal to tan theta, therefore half G x square. So t square can be taken as x square by u square cos square theta, x square by u square cos square theta. Now compare this equation with the equation given in your problem. What is the equation given in your problem? Means y is equal to root 3x, root 3x minus, okay, minus half g x square, root 3x minus half g x square. Are you clear? Understood? Therefore in the place of, in the place of tan theta, sorry, in the place of tan theta what we have? In the place of tan theta what we have? In the place of tan theta what we have? Yeah, root 3. In the place of tan theta we have what? Root 3. Therefore tan theta is equal to root 3. And in the place of, in the place of u square cos square theta we have 1. Are you clear? We have what, 1. Are you clear? Or else you can take like this also. In the place of half g, in the place of half g, in the place of half g we have half g, okay, by u square cos square theta. Now half g will cancel. Then u square cos square theta is equal to how much, 1. or else 1 by u square cos square theta is equal to 1, or else u square cos square theta equal to 1. So I'll take like this, u square cos square theta is equal to 1. Understood this point? Now remember, we know the tan theta is equal to opposite by adjacent. Clear? We know the tan theta is equal to opposite by adjacent. So that is equal to, I will write like this, root 3 by 1. Now I'll take like this, root 3 by 1. So tan theta is equal to opposite by adjacent, that is equal to root 3 by 1. Then if you take the Pythagoras theorem, opposite side is root 3, adjacent side value is 1. Then what about the hypotenuse side? Now what about the hypotenuse side? 2, yeah. So hypotenuse side is 2. Now if I take this angle as theta, now could you tell me from this what is cos theta means? U square into cos theta is adjacent side by hypotenuse. Adjacent side by hypotenuse. Now cos theta is adjacent side by hypotenuse. So if cos theta is adjacent side by hypotenuse, then this is how much? 1 by 2 whole square is equal to 1. Therefore, u square into 1 by 2 whole square is 1 by 4, that is equal to 1, or u square is equal to 4, or else u is equal to how much? 2. So answer is 2. So then option 1 is correct. Then look at the problem number 23. Look at the problem number 23. Look at the problem number 23. Yeah, 14th problem I will explain. I will explain during this offline class. Yeah, look at the problem number 23. A body is thrown with a speed of 19.6 meter per second, making at an angle of 30 degrees with the horizontal. Then the time of flight is very simple, time of flight t is equal to 2u sin theta by g. Okay, time of flight is 2u sin theta by g. Okay, so g value they didn't given, therefore g you have to take it as 9.8. Therefore time of flight t is equal to, time of flight t is equal to 2u sin theta by g. If g value didn't given means you have to take it as 9.8 only. Therefore 2 into u value is 2 into u value is 19.6 into sin 30 they given, so 30 degrees they given. Therefore sin 30 divided by g value is 9.8. G value is 9.8. Now cancel 9.8 will cancel 2 times in 19.6. Then t is equal to 2 into sin 30 value 1 by 2. Now cancel 2 and 2. Then time of flight is equal to 2 seconds. Then look at the problem number 25. 24 do it as homework. 24 do it as homework. Then look at the problem number 25. Now look at the problem number 25. Yeah, a body is projected with initial velocity 20 meter per second at 60 degrees with the horizontal. Its initial velocity vector is my initial velocity vector. Now remember, velocity vector v bar can be taken as u cos theta into I cap plus u sin theta into j cap. Are you clear? Now what is the velocity means they thrown with velocity u is 20 and at an angle of how much? 60 degrees. Therefore cos 60 I cap plus u, that is 20 sin 60 j cap. Okay, sin 60 j cap. Now tell me what is the answer. Yeah, for example, if you take my cos 60 is 1 by 2, therefore 10 I cap plus sin 60 root 3 by 2. Therefore 10 root 3 j cap. This is the answer. Now look at the problem number 26. Now look at the problem number 26. Look at the problem number 26. Yeah, problem number 26. My body is projected at an angle of 30 degrees with the horizontal with the momentum P. At the highest point, the magnitude of the momentum is. Remember, at the highest point, we have only horizontal velocity. Vertical velocity is 0. Clear? At the highest point, we have only horizontal velocity. We have the vertical velocity as 0. Okay. Now remember, I'll do this question mark, question number 26. Remember, in projectile motion, horizontal component of velocity is what mark? Constant. Remember, so in projectile motion, horizontal component of velocity, u cos theta is equal to constant. U cos theta is equal to constant. Are you clear up to here? Are you clear up to here, ma? So u cos theta is equal to what? Constant. Okay. Now what they given? Now what they given? A body is projected by making an angle theta 30 degrees with the horizontal with the momentum P. At the highest point, the magnitude of the momentum is. At the highest point, magnitude of the momentum is. Remember, at the highest point, at the highest point, momentum is only because of the horizontal component, but vertical component remains 0. Why? Because means at the highest point of the projectile, vertical component of velocity is equal to 0. Clear? At the highest point of the projectile, vertical component of velocity is equal to 0, and we have only the horizontal component. Are you clear? Now I will take the momentum as, P is equal to, okay, m into u cos theta. Why? Because means at the highest point we have only, cos component. Vertical component of velocity will becomes 0. Okay, remember, whenever the body is moving in upward direction, at the highest point, vertical velocity is equal to 0. We have only horizontal component of velocity. Therefore, mu can be taken as, I will take it as momentum P dash is equal to mu can be taken as P into cos 30. So what is a cos 30 value? Means cos 30 is root 3 by 2. Therefore, momentum at the highest point is root 3 by 2 P. Are you clear? Yeah. So today I will stop up to here, and in the next Friday, and Saturday, again we have the objective class. At that time, I will explain about the problem number 14, which I skipped now. Okay, I will explain the problem number 14, which I skipped now, and we'll discuss remaining problems during that class. Okay, we'll discuss remaining problems during that class. So next Friday, I will explain that skipped problem number 14, and the complete exercise number 1. Okay, see you students. Yeah, welcome.